Welcome to our Indy Conference wrap-up. We had an amazing time in Indianapolis where thousands gathered to be a part of the Juice Plus family and for us to better our journey on our mission together. Really two missions, inspiring healthy living around the world. And as you'll hear tonight, with the amazing success our company's had, almost a mandate to pursue our second mission of inspiring healthy giving around the world. As we're so blessed, our company has set a great example of giving back. But our conference started out something we added this year to our conference. We had done it before, but we have brought back the Nutraceuticals Conference, where over 500 doctors gathered from around the world to be a part of continuing education and a conference where nutrition and exercise were acknowledged that they play a vital role in our health and our healthcare professionals industry today. And to share with us about that is a dear friend of mine. It's Dr. Mike Ewald. He's actually just celebrated 20 years with this amazing company. And I have known him all 20 years, as my wife, Lori, and I have been with this company 30 years. And Mike is from Ohio, and he's going to share with you a little bit about the brand new Nutraceuticals Conference that took place in Indianapolis. Thanks, Mike.
Hello, Curt, and thanks for asking me to share about the Nutraceuticals Conference that I attended, as well as 500 other health professionals this past Thursday, October 19th in Indianapolis. Great conference. Was able to receive 5 continuing ed CME hours, and well worth the time. There were 5 speakers. Session 1 was titled Soy and Health, Proposed Benefits, as well as Issues I'm Concerned with Soy. Dr. Mark Messina, who's just considered an international expert on soy. It's Messina. He's published numerous articles on soy, and most recently published a peer-review article looking at over 500 different articles. You're going to want to Google that as far as really educating yourself on soy. And there's no doubt there's a disconnect. There's a lot of misinformation out there, a lot of confusion, but the bottom line, and he did a great job of validating this, through research, and the proven benefits of soy are enormous. Lowers cholesterol, soy has been shown to lower blood pressure, promotes liver health, promotes kidney health, prevents breast cancer, yes, prevents breast cancer as well as prostate cancer and many other benefits. And if you don't believe the science, know that Angelina Jolie, who is a big advocate for breast cancer and just a huge advocate. Her physician is a big proponent, definitely recommends soy for all his patients. And then session number 2 was titled The Fruit and Vegetable Concentrates Juice Plus, Decreasing Chronic Inflammation. And that was by Professor Lisa Wood, who's from the School of Biomedical Science and Pharmacy at the University of Newcastle, Australia. And she actually did discuss one of the more recent Juice Plus research studies done at Newcastle. And the bottom line was fruit and vegetable intake decreases inflammation. She said that supplementation with Juice Plus fruit and vegetable concentrates led to overall improvement in obese individuals. And then session 3 was entitled The Nutritional Reversal of Cardiovascular Disease. Of course, Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, just an icon in, well, definitely in the cardiovascular world, but in all of health and wellness. This guy is amazing. That one talk, in my opinion, was worth the price of admission. He did a great job, and basically talked about the fact that cardiovascular disease is an American phenomenon. This is a self-imposed, multi-billion-dollar disease process that is solely due to our diet and lifestyle. And it was interesting that, you know, we've heard good things about the Mediterranean diet, paleo diet, all kinds of diets out there, but it is only Dr. Esselstyn's diet that has actually been shown to reverse cardiovascular disease. Now, he does not endorse Juice Plus. I don't think he endorses anything, but he is an advocate of whole food nutrition that is foundational to his diet. He does not believe in any animal products, so vegetarian, but whole food nutrition is where it's at. And just thoroughly enjoyed his presentation. And then session 4 was entitled Nutrition and Metabolimic Aging. That's METABOLOMIC Aging by Dr. Oliver Chen from Tufts University. Really interesting, and just talking from a molecular standpoint, looking at molecules basically, what they could see by the benefits of a healthy diet as well as the consequences of a poor diet. And basically, very interesting, talking about personalized medicine and nutrition, talked a lot about bacteria in the gut and how that affects health. And then the last session, session 5, was Strategies for Optimal Aging by Dr. Elizabeth Parker. She basically talked about what is healthy aging. And the bottom line, 71% of living a long, vibrant, healthy life is 71% is diet and lifestyle. Great conference, ridiculously affordable. Quite frankly, early bird registration I think was $159 or $149, but $179 I know at the door. And I tell you, anywhere else this conference would have costed $400 or $500 plus. And again, 500 people. This is the first time that they've had this conference to coincide with the Juice Plus conferences in about 8 or 9 years. And it sounds like, not 100% sure, but it sounds like they're going to be doing this every fall conference. Great conference, really enjoyed it. And again, just validated that we're in the right place at the right time with the right company.
Thank you so much, Mike. That was amazing. And I know that Nutraceuticals conference was absolutely phenomenal. I look forward to the next one, as do many of our healthcare providers. The next day, or the rest of that day on Thursday, we jumped into breakout sessions, and we had a lot of amazing breakout sessions. We're going to focus in and have someone share with you some details about one of them, but let me give you the highlights of the other 3. We had a breakout session on the Tower Garden. And for those of you that don't own a Tower Garden, it's probably one of the most amazing products we've ever introduced. And several years ago when it came out, I thought I had a new iPhone. Like in 2007 when you first got that smartphone with the touch screen, there was a wow factor. Well, there's a wow factor for the Tower Gardens, and they shared a lot of new things in addition to the fact that they're community farms and commercial farms, as well as people changing their families' eating habits by having Tower Gardens in their homes. But let me just give you 2 things you want to make sure you go online and look at, is that we have brand new grow lights for bringing your Tower Gardens indoors for the winter. But also, if you want to grow year-round indoors, our previous lights worked great, but they were complicated. They came in a bunch of pieces, and the new ones have almost like adjustable arms. You don't have to use the tomato cage to support them. And they come in 6 pieces with their own timer. But get you a new grow light for this indoor season, and look down the road very soon, probably before January 1st, we also introduced a brand new microgreens grow pot where there are way more openings in each extension kit than there were before. So you can grow a whole lot more plants in each tower. So look for those 2 things in your Tower Garden website, and stay tuned about that for more details. We also had an updated Wellness Plus presentation, our professional support program. That's our program where we have wellness coordinators and we work with our healthcare professionals. It's been updated, rebranded, and it's called Wellness Plus. And you'll find lots of resources about that on your virtual office. Under forms and resources, there's a lot of details and new PDF documents you can download about that, and more to come on that. Also, we had a breakout session on three-way connection calls, talking about how important the tool of three-way phone calls, whether it's on the phone or on Zoom, is to the success of your business. And we have got an amazing lady and a friend of mine, Stacy Turner, who is from Alabama, but now lives in New Mexico, and she's going to share with us tonight. She's a national marketing director with our company. And thanks so much, Stacy, for sharing it. I'll turn it over to you.
Hi, Curt. It's Stacy Turner. Thank you so much for asking me to join you all in sharing what I learned from conference about three-way calls and connections. And this was a training that was done by Chris Drobes and Beth Leopold. It was one of my favorites by far. And three-way calls or connections can kind of be tricky, so they really gave us some clarity of what they should look like and who we would do them with. One of the things they said was that a three-way call is the power of two people to support the third. And I thought that was a great explanation, and that can be in a lot of different areas. So they really encouraged us to take pride in what we do, that this is our profession. And Chris says that when somebody asked her what she does, she said, I help people dramatically reduce the aging process and to secure their financial future with whole food nutrition. I loved that answer. And she really talked about seeing this as your profession and taking pride in that. And when you have that pride and that confidence, it's really going to come through when you're doing these three-way calls and connections. So she talked about three different types of three-way calls. Actually, it was four. Attraction or an invitation call was the first one. And it's basically getting down to the reason that they would want to do this. And this is just for somebody who's thinking about joining your team. Maybe they're a raving fan customer. And two questions that she asks that really stood out to me are asking them, what is on the back burner of your life that you want to bring to the front? And then the second one is, if you didn't have to work paycheck to paycheck each month, would you want to know how? And again, just trying to attract them to see if this is something that they would like to learn about deeper, and definitely talking more on the business side of things. The second one, if they say yes, would be the launch call or the welcome call. And this is done both by the leader and the sponsor of this new rep. The leader's role is about 5 minutes of backing up who the sponsor is and helping validate what she's going to be sharing. And then the sponsor really takes on more of the role of the training within that call. And they said it's best to do it within 72 hours when the new team member is the most excited. So the sponsor's role is to identify their why, develop their story, fill in their memory jogger, identify potential team members, schedule 2 to 3 time slots for three-way calls. Just go ahead and get it in the schedule. And then schedule the grand opening call, and we'll talk about what that is in a second here. And then quickly inform them of any call schedules that your team has, and really emphasize the importance of daily contact. And that can be through Voxer, and when they're first getting started, it's on the phone a lot with them, really holding their hand. So the grand opening, or the friends and family calls, it's sometimes known. There's lots of information out there in different formats from different teams. I believe there's some information on the missiondrivenmodel.info about that. But again, this is really to help validate what this new person has been telling their friends and family. So the leader and the sponsor get on and they share what Juice Plus is, and they also share who we are as a company. And so it's not a business call. It's not even really a call to get them as customers, but to inform them about what Juice Plus is and kind of validate what this new person has gotten themselves into. Next was customer care calls. And I loved this idea. This is something they call Thankful Thursdays. So within their first 30 days as a new customer, they call as the leader and the new person, and they thank them for being a customer. They're helping to identify those raving fans. You know, what is it that they're loving about Juice Plus? What's their story? They ask them for referrals. Is there anybody that they've already shared Juice Plus with? Then are they taking the vineyard as well? Do they do the shake every day? Do they know about the omega? So they're introducing new products to them, and they show them that they have fun together, and they invite them to any sort of event that's coming up, whether it's in person or online. And then they're really looking to attract this person and invite others to be a part of their team members. So it's a great way to identify those prospects as well. Last is a coaching call, and this is a lot of next step thinking and explaining next steps in the marketing plan, working to help get them and keep them qualified, and to get them to sales coordinator and beyond. So remember that first quote at the beginning was, three-way connections are the power of two people to support the third. It was really one of the things that stuck out the most to me, and I found myself listening instead of writing notes, so I'm sure I missed a ton of it. But I thank you, Curt, for asking me to share.
Thank you, Stacy Turner. That was unbelievable, and I think I've even felt the repercussions of how powerful that training was. One day this week, I actually did 12 three-way phone calls. So it does build your business. It does work. It's the power of that third-party validation and just that person feeling welcomed and made more knowledgeable in a special way. So thanks, Stacy. Next, we hit Thursday night, and it was a time for us to see the solid foundation upon which our company stands. We had 3 major speakers. We had Paulo Teixeira, the CEO of the Juice Plus company, our brand new COO, Chief Operating Officer, Sean Hopkins, and Rick Du Bois. But also Karen Jones came up and shared with us the success of our Brave Leaders program, where we're equipping leaders into the next generation. And I will tell you that our company is in better shape than it ever has been. We've got a solider, more solid, I guess solider is not a word, more solid business than we've ever had before. We have leadership in place that are rock solid, and they have long-term plans for what they're doing for us for the future. One thing stood out to me, and that was that $35 million is being invested in our IT and technology infrastructure to make sure we stay on the cutting edge and we have all the right resources to make our business easier every day, from your phone, from your computer, and to do it globally. So those things were very important. Karen Jones had all of the Brave Leaders conversation coordinators come on stage, and a few of us got to share for a few minutes, and I got to share one thing, and that was that being a conversation coordinator in that program, I saw the coming together of what I call the perfect storm in this business, because we defined three roles that are so critical. You had the new person that was wanting to grow personally and become more courageous in their business skills and leadership in life. But you had two other key people that jumped in there. You had the business partners in our home office. There are 5 amazing business partners that are sitting there in our corporate office, partnering with us in the field for our business, and they play a key role. And then there's that success partner. That's the sponsor or key upline person that takes ownership of your new business with you. They walk hand in hand with you, and they're your partner in making this happen. Brave Leaders program has certainly done that. And if you're listening to this recorded video and you've not gone through the Brave Leaders program, talk to your upline national marketing director and find out what the requirements are for you to be in the next round of the Brave Leaders program. But I did want to have a guest, Frank and Debbie Walton, our national marketing directors from Huntsville, Alabama, and they are going to share with you for just a few minutes about what Rick Du Bois shared about our newest product, a real breakthrough in nutrition, and that's Juice Plus Omega Blend. So I'll turn it over to you, Frank.
Hi, Curt. It's fabulous to be here to recap our inspiring Indy conference with our Juice Plus family. I'm Frank Walton, a certified health coach from the Dr. Sears Wellness Institute, and I'm excited that Juice Plus brilliantly bridges the gap by introducing a unique plant-based omega fatty acid blend. Our next slide, we see that there was some great information that was presented by corporate on how the omega blend complements our plant-based whole food, minimally processed nutritional products. Dr. Du Bois pointed out that omega fatty acids reduce inflammation. My right elbow is telling me that this works. I recently developed soreness in my right elbow, and after taking the omega blend, it is much better. I later learned that omega-3 suppresses an enzyme that leads to inflammation, plus omega-5 and 7 also help reduce inflammation. Some ask, why do we have a supplement label and not a nutrition label like we have on our other products? A nutrition label requires certain things and does not allow highlighting the different omega fatty acids in our omega blend, but a supplement label does. Also, this supplement label allows customers to compare the range in our Juice Plus Omega capsules with other omega brands, which will show our unique broad spectrum of fatty acids. The Omega Blend is also kosher certified, while the NSF certification is pending until after the first public batch can be tested. Dr. Du Bois made a very profound statement when he said there are over 200 health benefits of omega fatty acids, and it's used in every cell. That's amazing if you think about it. Omega-3, 5, and 6 are essential fatty acids, meaning the body cannot make them. They can be obtained only from diet, which makes an omega blend so helpful. What is the major benefit of an unsaturated omega fatty acid? Well, compared to a saturated fatty acid, it's due to its flexibility. Here on the screen, you can see that the unsaturated fatty acid has 2 parking places for a hydrogen atom, which helps it to be more fluid and open. What makes an omega-6 an omega-6 fatty acid versus an omega-3 or 9? Well, a fatty acid has an alpha end and an omega end. And omega-6 has at the sixth position from the omega end a double bond. That double bond is like a hinge that makes the fatty acid flexible, that helps in the fluidity and the permeability of the cell membrane, which confers the health benefit. We see that omega fatty acids make up a major part of the brain. 60% of our brain is fat. So we are a fathead, but it's a good kind of fat. It should be made up of DHA, omega-3, long-chain fatty acids. Next, the retina, the inside of the eyeball, is made up of omega-3s. The myelin sheath that insulates all our nerves is made up of omega-3 and 6s. Every cell in the membrane is made up in part by unsaturated omega fatty acids. This helps in the permeability and helping things to get in and out of cells to optimize cell function. And also our red blood cells. The membrane is made up of omega-3 and 6s. And because they're flexible fats, it helps in the fluidity of the circulation, and it helps to ease blood flow. That helps blood pressure. Our next slide, we see that there are 6 different plant-based sources for our omega fatty acids. The sea buckthornberry comes from Nepal. It has a lot of amazing health benefits. We use the whole berry that provides the omega-7 plus other polyphenols. There's tomato seed oil, algal oil that comes that provides our omega-3. The pomegranate seed oil provides the omega-5, safflower oil, and raspberry seed oil. This is the full spectrum of omega fatty acids that complement and balance one another. They are minimally processed, cold pressed, that helps to preserve the delicate unsaturated fatty acids, so they do not become oxidized. This is a slide from Lisa People from corporate that shows that the different sources in our omega fatty acids contribute different fatty acids, and it all works together in synergy to complement one another, so we have the full complement of fatty acids. All fatty acids have positive health benefits. The label shows there's about twice as much omega-3 than there is omega-6, which is key to balancing any inflammatory response of too much omega-6s. Plus, the omega-5 and 7 are anti-inflammatory. So what we see here is the synergy of nature's balance. What about fish oil supplements? Omega-3 fish oil capsules run the risk of environmental contaminants. Also, when they're heated to process and to encapsulate, there's a risk of oxidative damage or rancidity. Now compare that with the plant-based omega capsules. The omega-3 algal oil is grown in a protected, monitored environment, so you don't have to worry about toxins. The oils are cold pressed and encapsulated without heat. This is a brand new process. This is revolutionary and innovative. This is a slide from Lisa that shows the food chain of where the salmon get their omega-3s. The higher you go up in the food chain, the greater the risk there is for contamination. We cut out the middle fish and we go straight to the source, which is the microalgae, which is safer than getting it from fish oil. Dr. Du Bois pointed out an article from Consumer Lab in 2012 that showed that 30% of fish oil supplements had problems with mislabeling and also contaminants. I am so excited that omega fatty acids are a super nutrient that Dr. Bill Sears refers to in his book, The Omega-3 Effect. Juice Plus has brilliantly bridged another gap to healthier living with these all-important omega fatty acids. I am so excited. My right elbow thanks you, Juice Plus. Back to you, Curt.
Well, we all got up early Friday morning after that great session on Thursday night, and thanks, Frank, for doing an amazing job of sharing about our Omega blend. But on Friday morning, we have a prayer breakfast that my family's been fortunate enough to put on at each conference. And this one was really special to me. And some of my dear friends, Mark and Michaela Peterson, were there. And Michaela actually asked, she said, this is impacting our family. And could I share a little bit about the prayer breakfast? So I'm going to introduce Michaela so that she can share with you a little bit about the prayer breakfast. And when she's done, we're going to play for you a 3-minute video. It's really exciting about something amazing that happened on Friday that I think you're going to want to see. So here's Michaela.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Curt, for letting me share about the prayer breakfast. Truly, the prayer breakfast is one of my favorite parts, if not the favorite part of conference every year, and this year was no exception. We started off with some great music, as usual, and then Curt's good friend Ron Blue spoke about finances God's way. And I found this fascinating for many reasons. One of the things that I love that he said was the greatest image of spirituality is your checkbook. And another big takeaway that I left with was him talking about holding everything in your hand with your hands open, and God's going to put in what you need and take out what he needs. And what an inspiration that talk was. And then the next thing that we got to be a huge part of is the launch of the Dollar Fund. And I can't tell you how awesome it was to look around the table and to see all of our tribe there being in on the ground floor of this campaign. And what it is we're trying to get 1 million people to donate $1 a month for charity. And so Curt has partnered with several different charities and is going to be giving away $1 million every month. And the way this came about was Curt came home from a trip, and there was a stack of charities that wanted donations. And I just can't imagine this, actually, that this happened 8 years ago, that God laid on his heart that he wanted to donate this much money a month, every month. And for Curt to have that marinate for 8 years without muscling the project along and waiting on God's timing is just a true testament to his character. Absolutely amazing that it's finally come to fruition, and that we were able to be a huge part of that excitement and get our teams rallied around that. And so at the end of the prayer breakfast, there were poker chips on the table. And each person at the table got 10 poker chips. And I know our tribe was giving away poker chips right after that. And even without even talking to our wait staff or anything like that about Juice Plus, where we ate that night, we gave them a chip that a little guy in our group was playing with, which actually ended up being perfect. And they were super excited about it. And we're going to go on right then and there and donate. And so one of the things that Mark and I were most excited about in coming home was telling our kids about the Dollar Fund. All of them got the chance to meet Curt in Tahoe this summer. And so it was just a little more special to them knowing who started it. And each one of them said, "Mom, we want to be 1 in a million." And our oldest daughter even went and got her $12 and said, "Here you go, Mom, we're covered for the year." And so how cool that we're able to teach our kids about giving through this amazing company. You know, our mission is way bigger than just fruits and vegetables in a capsule. And Curt, I am so thankful for the legacy that you are leaving, and that you're generous enough to let us all be a part of it. So go to www.dollarfund.org and sign up and shout it from the rooftops, because it's going to be huge. And so anyway, thank you so much, Curt, for letting me share, and can't wait to see that number grow on the Dollar Fund.
In today's world, everyone is always talking, thinking, and dreaming about making a difference. But being 1 in a million, we wonder, how much can I do? What will it take? How much do I need for X, Y, and Z to help, to solve, to change the lives of her, him, all of them? Can I, as 1 in a million, make a difference? When it comes to making an impact, changing someone's life, solving the world's problems. There just doesn't ever seem to be enough. But what if being 1 in a million was more than enough? What if $1 was enough? $1? Yes, $1. Because $1 multiplied by the number of people who feel just like you becomes millions of dollars. Dollar Fund is bringing the world together through millions of $1 donations. $1 every month from 1 million individuals to give to one cause. Heal the sick. Feed the hungry. Quench the thirsty. Free the slaves. House the homeless. Parent the parentless. And more. Dollar Fund is empowering the dollar to do more than it ever has before. It's about you, your family and friends, and their family and friends, sharing an opportunity. Millions of people getting involved. Everyone with their $1. Dollar Fund is all of us coming together to multiply 1 to 1 million so that everyone can have an impact. We can help. We can act. We can make a difference. We can change the world in the one way that makes sense. Together. So, are you willing to become 1 in a million? What's your dollar worth? Join the movement. dollarfund.org.
Thank you, Michaela, and for all of you that are partnering with the Dollar Fund so that we can use our business model that's blessed so many of us and is going to bless lots of families in the future. If we can take the idea behind that business model and not invest our money, but invest our influence and give away $1 million a month forever, it's going to be really exciting. Probably the most impactful single speaker at this conference to me was Jonah Berger. On Friday morning, we kicked off the main stage session, and Jonah Berger, who wrote a book called Contagious, Why Things Spread, Why Things Catch On. And John Blair introduced me to this book several years ago, and it impacted how I think about when you're excited about something, what do you do to not hold it in yourself? What do you do to share it? And there's no way I could ever recapsulate what he said Friday morning, but I would really encourage you to get that book. It's got an orange cover, and read the book, Contagious. One of the things we do on Friday morning, in addition to our key speaker, is there were lots of corporate updates, and we're kind of sharing those with you throughout this video. But corporate has our backs. Meredith Martin shared some amazing things that they're doing from a marketing perspective. Janet shared some amazing things about how their tools they're giving us to launch the Omega Blend because of that soft launch where it was just sales coordinators and now it's open to everybody. They were able to ready marketing resources and some amazing new videos that you can see on the Juice Plus YouTube channel as well as on the Juice Plus website. So those things were shared with us, and you're going to be finding out more about those. But I did want to acknowledge one thing. It's probably the highlight of most people's conference attendance, and that happened on Thursday afternoon for us, National Marketing Directors, at our NMD meeting first. But we got to see our new class of National Marketing Directors, the new people that have reached that pinnacle in our company where they have an opportunity to get full family medical benefits. They get college tuition fund reimbursement. Their expense allowance or their bib goes up to $3,000 per month. And these people have worked hard. You'll hear from some of them who've done it faster than others, but each and every one of them has a unique story. So in the coming weeks, all of their stories will be posted on your virtual office, and we're not going to spend a lot of time sharing the details of their stories right now because we want you to listen to them firsthand, just like we did at conference. And the company's going to put those on the virtual office for you to listen. Stay tuned for that. But in addition to that happening on Friday morning, we had our lunch break, and then there were some amazing trainings on Friday afternoon. And I want to highlight two of those for you, two of those training sessions. And the two topics are how to get started right. What are the keys to getting a new person started right? And then after that, we're going to talk about all the new tools that are available for the Healthy Living Revolution and our Shred 10 program. But first, let me introduce Jackie Klein, the National Marketing Director from Missouri. And she's going to walk you through what Kim McCall and her team did on stage about getting someone started right. Turn it over to you, Jackie.
Hi, Curt. Thank you so much for asking me to share tonight. It was a fantastic conference in Indianapolis, and there was so much there. There were the new tools, the Omegas. Oh my gosh, we learned how to share stories really, really well. But I'm going to share about how to launch a new rep. It was a very heavy, awesome nuts and bolts talk by Kim McCall, Letty Algery, and Stacy Whitmer. Together, they have sponsored like 432 reps, so they know what they're doing. So chapter 1, they said, of launching a rep successfully. Attraction, we want to be attractive to them. We want to get out and live. They said, you know what, get involved with your kids' sports, join new Facebook groups, do vendor shows, you know, whoever you're doing business with, you know, make sure that they're doing business with you as well. And then as they become a customer, help them to become a raving fan. And I love this part. They had a 3-part customer care call or contact. And first of all, they thanked them. Thank you for being such an awesome customer. And then the second part was reinforce. Try to remind them why they decided to get on Juice Plus or try the shakes or love their Tower Garden. Reinforce what they told you was their why. And then finally, expand the conversation and see if there is an opportunity for us to introduce new products, maybe the Vineyard Blend, and now we have the Omegas. What about other programs that we have to offer, like Healthy Living Revolution, Shred 10, and of course, look for opportunities to offer the franchise. So the biggest piece that I got out of this particular training was that you want to try to have a live launch meeting, and that could be live one-on-one, or it really could be on Zoom, but utilizing that face-to-face is important. And chapter 2 was to help them set some goals and obviously create some vision. So they had this little picture of a bucket list, you know, which of these 3 is attractive to you as you're starting your franchise. They also called it a wishing well. Do you want to just set off your family cost? Are you looking at maybe some more recurring income, like $500 a month, which means we want to fast track you to sales coordinator? Or, like us, are you looking for possibly a new career? You want to help them work their list of names. You want to get them to write down that memory jogger, so key and so important, but come alongside with them and help them think of next steps and create opportunities for them to connect with their people. And of course, every new rep is, we want to welcome them with a upline invitation call or Zoom call with your upline national marketing director, who really can do a good job of setting vision. The next step was to help them develop their why, help them develop their story. Don't expect them to automatically have this down. Ask them questions, write it down, get them to write it down, work with them on it, and then help them get clear on the best way for the two of you as their sponsor to communicate. Do they want to text? Do they want to call once a week? Do they want to use Voxer? And when you have somebody who's new, you want to be the best distributor on your team. You want to model things really well for them. And part of that is coming alongside in those, especially in the first, 30, 60 days. And when is the best time to reach out to get in touch with one another? So those ground rules really help everyone, set up for success and communicating. The next step was the resources or the web walks. At this live launch meeting, you want to introduce them to the websites that are going to support them in their business. First of all, mission-driven model. Get them started in that getting started section at the top. show them where the product videos are, of course, and then show them the official Juice Plus YouTube site and ask them to watch as many YouTubes as they can, because they will automatically think of people to send them to. Introduce them to the healthylivingrevolution.com, which of course includes the Shred 10. And finally, add them to your Juice Plus team team page and also the customer pages. And then you're going to walk them through and make sure that they know about their Tower Garden site and their own Juice Plus website. And finally, chapter 3 is a basic checklist. And they really spent a lot of time on the time block, which means ask your new rep, how much time can they put into their new business and their franchise? And whatever they say great. You know, hopefully it'll match that why that they mentioned in the beginning. But you want to help them understand that if they can block out a little bit of time every day or every week or whatever they're willing to do to make sure that they are able to work their business, talk to people, follow up, do all of these things, then you can also help them fiercely protect it. Create a plan for especially their first 10 people, and you want to also fill their calendar with 3 events. I thought this was a great idea. What they do is they say, let's plan one live event, like an in-home type event. Let's do a Facebook Live party, and then also a friends and family call where we can get those people on the phone. So help them schedule those first 3 events. Teach them that personal calls and that voice messages are key. Texting has its time and place, but people really want to hear your passion when you're reaching out to share something that you're newly excited about, like your new business. And lastly, they said the most important tool is something that is so easy to do and also easy to forget, and that can be the memory jogger. Keep that list going. Start out with their first 25 and help them work through the first 10, but encourage them to write down 25, 50, 100 plus names so that they feel empowered to keep talking to people and are excited. So it was a great conversation, and I hope you guys have some great ideas on how to launch a rep.
Thank you, Jackie. I think we all know the importance of when someone joins this business with enthusiasm and excitement, we want to point them in the right direction. And your recap there was amazing. Everybody needs to be, focused on helping that person get started on the right track. One of my favorite 2 people in this business, we walked together for over 25 years, had just a great relationship. Our kids kind of grew up together. We were on different parts of the country, East Coast and West Coast, for most of the 25 years. But we got to talk about sending our kids off to college and being the right kind of parents, having the right kind of marriage, taking the right kind of fun trips together. And Sean and Jennifer Myers model the lifestyle and the life that this business can provide. And Jennifer was very generous because she's on the Healthy Living Revolution kind of team or core team that makes decisions on guiding this program down the road. And she said she would share with us all the new things they announced about the Healthy Living Revolution. So I'm just very grateful that one of our top leaders in the country, Jennifer Myers, is going to share with you for a minute about the Healthy Living Revolution. Thanks, Jennifer.
Yes, thanks, Curt. I would love to share about the Healthy Living Revolution. There is a lot to share. We have new tools, new resources, new online resources, the new look of the website. It is really exciting. So what is the Healthy Living Revolution? It's a movement. We're a massive group of people around the world taking healthy back. And you can think of it as an umbrella, and there's a lot of room to create underneath the umbrella of Healthy Living Revolution. And we want you to be creative in your events, your flyers, your social media, in your ideas. And it's the strength of working together that is creating this brand that is changing lives, one living room at a time, one family at a time, one event at a time. So I thought the easiest place to start would be to start right here with our website. It has a new look, and of course there's our wonderful video that we love. And you can see it just is beautifully laid out and so easy to find everything now. And I want to start here with the Healthy Living Revolution Live. If you have not watched this webinar series, I really want to encourage you to do so. There is so much wonderful education in here. And what's happening is once a month, we'll have a new topic, and you can see what's here right now is Dr. Mitra Ray talking about our brand new Omega blend. And you can see the flyer there for that. And if you click where it says previous episodes, you're going to find an entire library of previous episodes. These are fantastic topics. Last month, we had a 2-part series from Lisa Pebble, and she answers really all of the toughest questions that you might be hearing, and this is a fantastic education. She just did a great job. And you can see some of the other very dynamic speakers and topics. And the idea here is we want to attract people onto our website, because this is where they view it, and get their foot in our door of our website with a topic that they might be very interested in. So the idea is there may be people that they're not even interested in Juice Plus, but they're interested in this topic. And guess what? They're going to get an education in a short amount of time and a little bit about Juice Plus, maybe a little bit of research, a little bit on a story, bam, in maybe 20 to 30 minutes. And so check these out. You know, I get questions about these things all the time. And just this morning, I had somebody asking about a ketogenic diet, and I sent this video to them. If you get questions about soy, let Dr. Jan Roberto share with them the information about soy. It is fantastic. So you can look forward to more wonderful informational webinars coming your way. Okay, cookbook. This is where our wonderful Healthy Living Revolution cookbook is. And guess what? We are going to be adding to this a quarterly cookbook. And I'm so excited for this because it's going to be seasonal. So they'll be a little bit shorter, but you're going to get 4 cookbooks a year on this website that will match the seasons. Now, let's head down here to the resource section. Here's our cookbook, the Healthy Living Revolution Live. Here's something brand new, a home fitness series. And Courtney O'Donnell and her team did a fantastic job capturing videos for home workouts. And what I love about this, if you'll notice, there are 3 people in each of these videos. Well, that's because one person is doing the very intense advanced workout. The other person, another person is doing something that's slightly modified, so it's not quite as hard. And then a third person is making even more modifications, and that person would be more at a beginner level. So people can just choose their workout and choose the intensity that they want to work out that day. And this is just getting started, so you're going to see a lot more coming in this section as well. Then we have our Charity Miles. And if you haven't done this, you can download Charity Miles as an app right onto your phone. And whenever you are walking or running indoors or outdoors, this application is going to log your miles, and you can choose then what charity you want to support. And your miles are going to turn into dollars to support these different charities. And we have a contest, a running contest. As a matter of fact, Dr. David Phillips won, surprise, surprise, and he got a gift certificate for that. And we'll have a new winner in Phoenix. So please join our Charity Miles team if you have not done that. And guess what? This is another great conversation starter. Sometimes I get people on Charity Miles before I get into any conversation about Juice Plus or the Healthy Living Revolution. Now look at this section. This is Start Strong, brand new. It is so wonderful because this is all about kids. And I want you to just download this. You'll see what's in here, but this is information like how to pack a healthy lunch, how to feed your kids healthy snacks. There's all kinds of good stuff in here, and even places where kids can earn stickers and earn certificates, which they of course love, as they are embracing healthy habits. We have a new Start Strong YouTube channel, and you will want to check this out. Please watch this video. It is hysterical and so cute. So this is a place for kids to inspire kids. It's a safe place for kids to come and hear about healthy things. And as a matter of fact, to help populate this, we are running a YouTube contest for kids to inspire kids. Because where are kids today? So many of them are on YouTube. Let's send them someplace that's safe where they're going to learn something that's good for them. So kids can get your kids involved in this, and your customers' kids, so that they can submit a video and pick something. They could talk about how to make your favorite snack a healthy snack, how to play your favorite healthy game, a special skill that you have, a message about making healthy choices. Just get creative here. And here's the instructions on how to upload that. And there will be 2 winners, and they will each win a tower garden. So very exciting and fun. So we also have, of course, the Children's Health Studies section. We have a One Simple Change section, which you should be very, very familiar with. Our Shred 10 section, hopefully you're familiar with that as well. If you have not embraced the Shred 10, I really encourage you to do this. It is about shredding toxins and shredding unhealthy habits, even shredding stories that aren't serving you, and replacing those with good habits and a community and encouragement for how to do this, and instruction for how to do this. We have a brand new video done by Dr. Mitra Ray and Jake Kelly. It is wonderful, so that's a great intro video. And then of course our daily detox video with Dr. Mitra Ray. It's a little deeper dive into the Shred 10 rules and the whys behind that. All fantastic. So we also have a Freedom Revolution, but first I want to show you, in case you're not aware, if you click this little white wheel at the bottom, this is going to take you to the Representative Resource Center. And the password is Revolution. And once you do that, this is like your behind the scenes resource center with all of the goodies that you can use. So I'm going to just flip over now to our PowerPoint, because this section is not completed yet. Our web designers have not completed it, but it is close. So this is how it's going to be laid out. Look how beautiful this is, how clear it is. Here's all of your Shred 10 tools underneath one tab. We have our Shred Guide, our System Guide. If you have not read this, I encourage you to read it cover to cover. It tells you exactly what to do and how to build your business using the Shred. Our presentation book, the Taste the Shred cooking guide, it's all here, and you can see how easy it is to download. Our Start Strong section with all of these fantastic tools for you to use. And here's a third tab, the Freedom Revolution. There has been a subcommittee working on this Freedom Revolution, and I'm so excited about it. Here's our brand new business attraction presentation booklet. It's fantastic. This is a tool that you can use one-on-one with people, especially having coffee, maybe you're out to lunch with somebody. Just sit down and create a conversation around this. And I love that they designed it as a conversation. There's a lot of great questions in there, and we're exploring. You know, this is where you want to find out, is this a fit for them? It's just a conversation. It's fantastic. There's also an online version of this that will flip through each page electronically online. And so you can invite somebody to a Zoom. You could email it to them and just walk through it with them over the phone, whatever works, you know, for you. Or maybe you want to sit down with somebody with your laptop and just flip through this. It works great. Here's our Facebook event kit, show and tell presentation. And I definitely want to mention the Zoom launch call script. These Zoom launches are a fantastic way, especially to launch a brand new rep. They are working wonderfully. So this is a script. It's completely done for you. Tells you how to set up your event, tells you exactly what to say, even tells you how to follow up with people, what to do with people who didn't show up at the event. It is already done for you and well vetted. This is what working wonderfully. So you've got we've also got a new business attraction video. You'll want to check that out. So basically we've got committees, we have subcommittees, and they all represent you and your next big idea. So bring your ideas, bring your creativity to the table, And then we vet it, we brainstorm it, we mastermind it, and the company puts their resources and their money behind it. And I'm telling you, we are creating a revolution. It is so exciting. And together, we are making this ripple effect. So thanks so much. And back to you, Curt.
Jennifer, that was absolutely amazing. And I know we're all excited about the new tools, about the Healthy Living Revolution, and really that on-ramp that the Shred 10 program provides for everyone kind of to get started and see some results really fast. So thank you so much for taking the time to do that. Now let's get to some fun. You know, on Friday night, if you've never been to a fall Juice Plus conference, Friday night they roll out the red carpet. And we honor one of the founding corporate employees at Juice Plus, Elton DeVos, because we named our Friday night gala affair the Eltons. And I'm going to let Deanna Christopherson, a 100 Club member from California, share with you what happens when we roll out the red carpet.
Hi, Curt. Deanna here. I am so excited to talk to you about this year's Eltons in Indianapolis. It was incredible. Probably one of the best Eltons I've ever been to. And this year, the theme was circus. I'm going to show you a little quick slideshow that I put together just to show you some of the pictures from the evening. It was incredible. The whole theme was around the circus, which is such a fun theme. You come in, you got the bird lady here with all the appetizers in the lobby area. This wasn't even in the main entrance yet. We've got the Myers with the guys on the stilts. We've got the Kunzis with the cute little, I don't know, circus lady. I'm not sure what she does, but it was really fun and eventful. It's glitz, it's glam, it's red carpet, it's paparazzi, it's the beautiful gowns, seeing the guys in the tuxedos. I mean, when was the last time, guys, you were in a tuxedo? Probably your wedding. And I think my first Eltons, that last time I had been in a long gown was my wedding. So it is a very fun evening. So you can see everybody decked out in their very best. Look at these beautiful ladies. We've got Wendy and Jim Campbell and their daughter, Katie. We've got Carrie Brummett with her beautiful daughter. And of course, Curt, where would we be without seeing you in a tuxedo? And of course, you and Lori look gorgeous. We came into that room and it was beautiful, so colorful, so bright. And we had these women that were hanging from these, I don't know, trapeze. I'm not really sure what these things are called. There was a lady who was even upside down over the bar. I didn't get a chance to get a picture of her, but she was pouring drinks, which was pretty cool. We had an amazing magician. So the whole night was full of fun. I could have done without the sword swallower though. That kind of grossed me out, but it was interesting to watch. Then we have Sophie Dawson. You might remember her from America's Got Talent. She actually performed at the Eltons. It was incredible. But the best part of the evening, of course, is to see the recognition. All of these amazing Juice Plus representatives that have worked so hard over the last year, they have an opportunity to be right in the spotlight. So we have our new 12 clubbers here that were recognized, and of course our award winners. I didn't get pictures of those, sorry about that. Didn't get pictures of any of the actual winners except the last couple. We've got our new 12 clubbers, and they all got up there and just enjoyed the spotlight. Then 39 Club. Okay, now here's the thing. This is new 100 Club member, but Wendy Vance at the last Eltons was recognized, I guess, as a 39 Club. I can't even keep up with her. She has gone several club levels since the last conference. So even though she was recognized as 39 Clubber, she actually is a new 100 Club member. So congratulations to you, Wendy. You and your team, and of course we know it takes a team to get to this level, have done an incredible job and are setting the stage for all of us. Now, the Founders Award. This is the highlight. This is the most recognized, the most coveted of all awards, and this has been given by Jay Martin. He actually picks this Founders Award, and nobody knows except for him until the evening that it's announced at the Eltons. Don Rathman, congratulations to you. I can't think of anyone more deserving. You have poured into our Juice Plus family for years and years, and we are thrilled that you were recognized by Jay and was given that Founders Award. After all that celebrating, we got to dance the night away with Six Wire, which is a band that's played at the Eltons. I think this might have been their third year because, quite frankly, they're one of the best bands from Nashville, and they just follow us around because we are just a fun group. My favorite part of the Eltons, too, is the dancing part, I have to say. So here's a great picture of everybody just dancing the night away, having a blast at the Eltons. So I ask you, are you going to be at the next Eltons in Tampa, Florida, October 18th? Of course, our conference is the 18th through the 20th of 2018, but that Friday night, that's going to be our next Eltons. I'm hoping you're going to be there. I sure am, and I am excited so much that, Curt, you gave me the opportunity to share this little bit of the fun of the Eltons. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a great, great evening.
Saturday morning is about bringing this thing to a close. We had a great party Friday night at the Eltons. And Deanna, thank you so much for not only sharing with us in an amazing way, but I think you're the only one that recorded your video dressed for the occasion. That was amazing. Thanks, Deanna. But Saturday is all about recognition. Our new leadership, senior sales coordinators, Q&M sales coordinators, seeing these amazing leaders of the future walking across the stage. But Saturday is also about wrapping this thing up, bringing it to a close, so that we go home better equipped and challenged to take our business to the next level. And there's probably nobody better in our company to host a session like this than 100 Club member Terry Luongo. They did something different this time. You're going to be amazed about what happens when the stories of Juice Plus come together when we launch out together on the same mission. I'll turn it over to you, Terry, to share about what happened when we closed out conference.
Hi, everybody. This is Terry, and Curt, thank you for asking me to do a recap of the conference close. I hope that it touched your hearts as much as it touched mine. And our conference close this year was really the genius of Janet Black. And what Janet wanted to show us was that the power of our single stories and the power of our collective stories. And I hope that we brought that message through loud and clear. Instead of having one person with a 45-minute story and training, we wanted to show the power of the stories within the Juice Plus community. And we want to also focus on why do people say yes to Juice Plus? Why do they come to our community, and why do they stay? So our stories were broken down into mission, into transforming health, into bringing hope where there's financial challenges, discovery of self, generosity of spirit, and just absolute plain fun. And so what we know and what I know is that stories have the power to transform lives and to change the world. And your story can bring hope where there is despair. It can build belief where there is doubt. And your story can reveal possibilities for people and for yourself, new choices and options for a better future. Your story will validate your experience. And your story absolutely fuels your why. And that's what keeps us committed to our mission, is our why. And it empowers you to boldly say, this is why I said yes to Juice Plus. And we also know that everything that we do in this business and in this life is about relationships, and that your story is the glue and the mortar to relationships. You know, we're always making new ones and kind of sorting and processing through old ones. But our stories help us to enrich and invalidate relationships. And what experience has taught me is that people don't buy a product. You know, they don't buy a virtual franchise. People buy you. They buy your passion, your belief, your sincerity, your excitement. People buy your story. And so your story absolutely, absolutely matters. So we heard from, at conference, we heard from Darnell Neely, and Darnell spoke to mission. And he talked about awakening a sleeping giant from within. And, you know, he came to the mission because his family overcame some challenging health challenges, but he saw the value, he saw the need, and it resonated deep within his soul. And he was then on fire with the story. And he tells his story about what happened to him and his family every single place that he goes. And so I love how mission is so very, very, very personal. And he said, respect and discipline will take you to the stars. And that's how Darnell lives his life. Next, we heard about lifestyle, and we heard from Beverly and Johnny Brandison. And I don't think there was a dry eye in the place when Beverly talked about her challenges, her health challenges, and Johnny about how he felt when he saw his wife being, you know, so challenged with MS, and what that looked like and what that felt like for them. And I hope that you felt through all of this was that the emotion that people had in sharing their stories, how vulnerable they were, and the joy of having vibrant, vital health. And when I look at that word lifestyle, because that's what this segment was called, I think of life and how our cells are yearning for life. And for that to happen, our cells need to be nourished. You know, our cells, tissues, organs, they're screaming for real food. And that's the power of what we have in Juice Plus, the ability to feed our body at the cellular level. And there's not a man, woman, and child on this planet that cannot benefit from Juice Plus. And that message that nutrition heals and fruits and vegetables can save your life, that was proudly showcased in the lifestyle portion of the program. And then we heard from Michelle Ball talking about how she came to our community and stayed because what he did to help her overcome some really amazing financial challenges, living paycheck to paycheck, you know, being in debt, what that felt like, what that looked like in her life. She was so real. And we know today that you have neighbors, I have neighbors that live paycheck to paycheck and they are in debt. And the shame that can often go with that, you know, the inability to maybe to send a child to dance class or send your children to college, or maybe even, you know, when do I get to retire? So these financial challenges are real, and we have a vehicle. And Michelle talked about this vehicle called Juice Plus. And, you know, Juice Plus is fundamental. It's going to be here 20, 30, 40 years from now because the need for produce is never going to go away. So we have such an incredible fundamental vehicle to help families overcome the burden of financial challenges. And then we heard from Jamie Cantrell. And Jamie's portion of our program was to speak to discovery of self. How many of us, myself included, found myself in this Juice Plus community? I started to uncover, and Jamie talked about the power of really starting to look at what is it that you want to be, do, and have in your life. And that's what this Juice Plus community affords people, is to be able to be real. And she talked about Catherine of Siena, who said, you know, when you find what it is that God wants you to do or be, you will set the world on fire. And the pure joy of celebrating you, J-O-Y, just one you. And so that self-discovery message was so prominent. And again, the real emotion behind the story was so prominent in Jamie and all of our speakers. And then, of course, we went to Catherine Lee, who just absolutely delivered the message of generosity of spirit in such a beautiful way. And she spoke to, well, it starts the talk with Jay Martin, when Jay says that the key to living is giving. And so she delivered that message so powerfully. You know, the individual contribution and then the collective contribution, the power of the collective effort. And Curt, the program that you launched, your program on your dollar program, your dollar fund, I want to give it the correct term here, but the dollar fund, amazing. What will happen if everybody gave $1? Your vision, you know, to see 1 million people contribute $1 a month, it kind of reminds me a little bit of our marketing plan. You know, I can't work 100 hours a day, but I can certainly sponsor 100 people who will work an hour a day. And that's the power of the collective effort. And within this Juice Plus community, we now have the ability to really tithe. I mean, tithe the way I look at tithing. Tithe of your time, your talents, and your treasures. And then we heard from that dynamic duo, Peggy Rivera and Bree Bergford, and they talked about how much fun they are having. They're having so much fun partnering together. You know, we were born with this sense of joy and curiosity and adventure, and that gets kind of snuffed out of us as we grow up. But boy, I see that all over this community. These girls have fun at wine and wellness and Zoom events, and everywhere they go, they have such a good time. And I see it all over conference, don't you? I mean, it's kind of like I see all of what I call that deep belly laugh going on, which is so healing to the spirit, to the soul. And so this is where I want to leave you, is that because these distributors, these reps said yes, their lives are transformed. And lives are being transformed all over the world. So, you know, it's up to you. You know, your story matters. You matter. Nobody is going to ever tell your story exactly like you, because there's never and never will be someone exactly like you. So will you step up and make the decision? We don't have problems to solve. We have decisions to make. Will you step up and make the decision that it's time for your voice to be heard? Because the world, it's waiting. It's waiting for your voice to be heard. So this is what I know, is that it starts with the power of one telling the story, and it starts to grow, and it starts to grow. And collectively, before we know it, our stories are being heard from sea to shining sea and around the world. And that's how we inspire. That's how we inspire a mission, but that's how we fuel. That's how we fuel a revolution. And so if you're ready to step up, and if you're ready for your voice and your story to be heard, then I want to welcome you to what I call the United Stories of Juice Plus. Thank you, Curt. Thanks for asking me to share.
Oh, guys, I know Terry did an awesome job, but seeing it firsthand is even better. And I want to challenge you right now to make plans to be with us in Phoenix in the spring. If you're in this business, you have no idea how much better you can do after you come to one of our conferences. We got great information. We had great meetings. We had great training. We saw great new tools. But you know what? When you come to a conference, you leave there knowing that you're not in this business alone. You're in this business with an amazing company and an amazing community of people in the field that make all this happen, and you're doing it together. And I like to call it people power. Before you come to a conference, you don't realize the people power that fuels the Juice Plus company and the mission that we're on to inspire healthy living. So take a look at what's next. As we show you this video to close out, you don't want to miss being with us in Phoenix in April. And we'll close with our Phoenix video. Thanks for being with us tonight, and we look forward to seeing you in Phoenix.